You know, there's something magical about authenticity. Something powerful about a woman who can welcome the world into her home, not with polished pretense, but with genuine warmth. And that's exactly what Meghan Markle did once again, effortlessly showing the world that grace, kindness, and confidence don't need to be performed. They simply radiate from within. Recently, Meghan joined her dear friend and former Northwestern University sorority sister Courtney Adamo for a beautiful, heartfelt discussion at Godmother's bookstore in Summerlin, California. And the internet lit up. Not because of controversy, not because of some concocted royal drama, but because Meghan's words reminded people what real connection looks like. This wasn't a PR stunt. It wasn't some tightly controlled royal engagement choreographed by palace handlers. This was Meghan, the woman, the mother, the friend, having an honest, warm, and utterly charming conversation with someone who's known her long before the tabloids made her a target. The Duchess spoke about her approach to hosting. Her secret? She opens the door barefoot, wearing an apron, greeting her guests with sincerity instead of ceremony. And she said something so simple yet so powerful. It demystifies. Those two words carry weight. Meghan explained that when guests see her barefoot, relaxed and hands-on, it softens them. It breaks down walls. It turns an event into a moment of connection. Now, of course, you can almost hear the tabloids foaming at the mouth, trying to spin this into something else. Because, let's be real, the British tabloids have a long history of trying to diminish Meghan's humanity. They want to strip her warmth away, portray her as distant or calculating, when in reality this woman is showing us all what genuine hospitality and humility look like. While the so-called royal experts are busy nitpicking her every move, Meghan's simply showing the world that elegance doesn't come from tiaras or titles. It comes from how you make people feel. And when you walk into her home, you don't just feel like a guest. You feel like family. She even shared how she prefers to have cider or a hot toddy simmering on the stove, inviting guests to help themselves. No rigid formality, no stiff upper lip. Just an open kitchen, warm music in the background, and laughter flowing naturally. That's the Meghan Markle who captured Harry's heart, not the caricature the tabloids keep trying to sell. And let's not forget where she learned that warmth. Northwestern University, where Meghan was part of Kappa Kappa Gamma. It was there she formed lifelong friendships, including with Courtney Adamo, the woman who sat beside her at this recent event. They reminisced about their college days, backpacking through France, enjoying crepes, and soaking in experiences that shaped who they became. Think about that for a moment. Two young women, one of whom would go on to become a duchess, sharing dreams, laughter, and late-night talks in college dorms. Years later, they reunite as mothers, creatives, and leaders in their own right. That's not just nostalgia, that's legacy. And in that moment, as Meghan spoke about motherhood, creativity, and even the value of boredom for children, she was teaching something profound, that it's okay for kids to slow down, to imagine, to be bored, to explore who they are without screens or constant pressure. It's the kind of gentle wisdom that reflects her nurturing side, the mother of Archie and Lilibet, not the media's cruel diva fiction. She talked about the joy of deep belly laughing with your friends, instead of sending a simple laughing emoji. That's Meghan's message, human connection. She's reminding us to live fully, to laugh deeply, to love openly. It's a message the world desperately needs right now. Now, of course, the haters will twist this. They always do. The same people who mocked her for drinking green juice will now find something wrong with serving cider. The same crowd that complained she was too polished will now sneer because she was barefoot. Because, to them, Meghan's existence itself challenges the narrow boxes they built for women like her, especially women of colour who rise beyond their expectations. But what they can't take away is her authenticity. They can't dim the fact that Meghan connects with people on a level that royalty rarely reaches. And let's be honest, it's why Harry fell in love with her. He saw someone who wasn't performing royalness. She was embodying humanity. Now, the setting of this event, Godmother's bookstore, adds another layer of beauty. It's a place born out of kindness and creativity, inspired by none other than Prince Harry himself. Remember when Harry held his book launch for Spare? He thanked Oprah Winfrey, Jennifer Rudolph Walsh, and Victoria Jackson, his fairy godmothers, for their unwavering support. Oprah, ever the visionary, suggested the name Godmothers for the new bookstore. And now there's Meghan, returning to that same space to uplift a friend's book and connect with a community built on love and truth. Let that sink in. While the tabloids run smear pieces and YouTube trolls spread hate, Meghan and Harry are literally helping build spaces of art, knowledge, and connection. That's power. That's impact. Meghan even made sure her guests left with bottles of her new As Ever wine, a brand that's already become a symbol of calm, authenticity, and soft living. And it wasn't some impersonal PR move. This was Meghan sharing a piece of herself, her taste, her warmth, her story, with others. See, when Meghan opens her home, her life, or her table, she does it with intention. She doesn't host to impress, she hosts to connect. It's about saying, "You're welcome here, let's be real together." And in today's world, especially after everything she's endured, that's revolutionary. For years, the media tried to isolate her, to break her spirit, to paint her as difficult. But here she is, thriving, surrounded by love, glowing in her truth, and teaching us all what it means to rebuild joy from pain. And you can see it in her body language at that event, relaxed, radiant, laughing. She's not living for headlines anymore. She's living for peace. And that peace is contagious. Prince Harry, too, continues to stand proudly beside her, quietly supporting his wife as she shines in her own right. Together, they've built a home that's filled not just with luxury, but with love. Their Montecito estate isn't just a mansion. It's a sanctuary of healing and harmony, a place where barefoot conversations mean more than royal ceremonies ever could. And that's what the press will never understand. Meghan and Harry aren't chasing status. They're cultivating peace, authenticity and purpose. They've moved beyond the noise. So when Meghan talks about demystifying hosting, she's really talking about life. Stripping away the illusion, taking off the crown, the pretense, the weight of expectation, and just being human. That's what terrifies her critics, because it reminds them that she doesn't need their approval. She never did. And as always, when Meghan shines her light, Harry's there making sure it never gets dimmed again. That's what love looks like. Not the performative camera-ready kind, but the real kind that holds your hand through storms and still laughs with you barefoot in the kitchen afterward. So let's take a moment to appreciate what this event truly represented. It wasn't just about books or hosting or motherhood, it was about reclaiming narrative. Meghan once again showed that she's not defined by the noise of her critics, but by the warmth she brings to every room she walks into. This is why she remains a symbol of grace under fire. She's not out here throwing tantrums or seeking revenge. She's building community. She's uplifting women. She's redefining what it means to be royal, not through bloodlines, but through heartlines. And you know what's poetic? That it all happened at a place called Godmother's. Because Meghan, through everything she's endured, continues to be a guiding light. Not just to her children, but to women everywhere who've been told they're too much, too loud, too ambitious, too real. So next time a tabloid tries to tear her down, remember this. Meghan Markle doesn't need to perform royalty. She lives it every day through her kindness, intelligence, and authenticity. She doesn't need to prove her worth. Her actions speak louder than any title ever could. And that's exactly why the Royal Sussex Squad exists, to remind the world of that truth. Because every time Meghan opens that door barefoot, every time she pours that cider or shares that laughter, she's reminding us what humanity looks like. And that's something no smear campaign can ever take away. Meghan Markle shares her go-to hosting move in intimate chat with college sorority pal. It demystifies. The Duchess of Sussex shared her approach to entertaining in a candid discussion with Northwestern University sorority friend Courtney Adamo. Meghan Markle shares her go-to hosting trick during an event at Godmother's bookstore in California. The Duchess joined author Courtney Adamo, longtime friends and sorority sisters from Northwestern University, for an intimate discussion. The event, which was live-streamed, also highlighted Adamo's new book, The Family Home, and Meghan's approach to making guests feel instantly at ease. Meghan Markle joined author and lifestyle creator Courtney Adamo for a Godmother's bookstore livestream on Wednesday Octi. 23, and the Duchess of Sussex shared her approach to entertaining. Her secret to making guests instantly feel at ease at her Montecito home, which she shares with husband Prince Harry. Opening the door barefoot, with an apron on. "It demystifies," she said. "People walk in and go, 'Oh, she's in this with me.' And what are they drawn to? Your kitchen. They come right in, and suddenly everyone's a little bit softened." Rather than offering guests a cup of tea, Meghan, 43, said she prefers to have a cider or hot toddy on the stove, inviting everyone to help themselves. "I love people being able to serve themselves and having things on the stove that everyone can help themselves to," she said, adding, "I always have music on in the background." The event, titled Compare Notes on Creating a Home That's Filled with Joy, took place at the Summerland Caliph bookstore Godmothers and was moderated by the store's co-founder, Victoria Jackson. It also featured Adamo's new book, The Family Home. The two women go way back. Meghan revealed they first met as freshmen at Northwestern University, where they became friends and sorority sisters. During the chat, Meghan shared that she and Adamo backpacked France on spring break, enjoying crepes along the way. Now both moms, Meghan, mother to Prince Archie 6 and Princess Lilibet 4, and Adamo, who has 5 children between 8 and 20, swap stories about parenting and the lessons they try to instill at home. Throughout the live stream, the pair reflected on everything from motherhood to creativity, including the value of boredom for children's imagination, and, as Meghan put it, the importance of deep belly laughing with your friends, instead of just sending a laughing emoji. Meghan also supplied bottles of her as ever wine for guests after the event. The name of Godmother's bookstore was inspired by Meghan's husband. At Prince Harry's book party for Spare, he thanked Oprah Winfrey, Jennifer Rudolph Walsh and Victoria Jackson for their support, referring to them as his fairy godmothers. Oprah then suggested the name to the bookstore's founders. Meghan and Harry attended the bookstore's opening events in September 2024. So, if you're watching this right now and you believe in Meghan and Harry's message of love, peace and authenticity, make sure you're subscribed to the Royal Sussex Squad. Hit that notification bell so you never miss a story that honours their truth. And if you want to help keep this platform strong, consider sending a super thanks. Your support keeps the light shining bright against all the noise and negativity. Together, we'll keep celebrating love over hate, truth over gossip, and authenticity over performance. Because as Meghan said, when you walk in barefoot and open-hearted, everyone softens. And maybe, just maybe, that's how we begin to heal the world.